Hi everyone, I am Lena and this video is about postpartum. So I know you guys are probably like, oh, what is going on with you? I look a hot mess, I know. It has been a very rough day. I'm officially 7 months postpartum. Hi honey. He just woke up. And the past 7 months has definitely been a roller coaster. I think postpartum is the biggest roller coaster I've ever been through in my life. And there are really some easy days, and then there are some days where I just want to break down and fall apart and cry. And I think that the hardest part is like you want to be so grateful all the time, like wow, this is it is an amazing experience as a stay-at-home mom to be able to be with my son 24/7. It's amazing, but it's also difficult because you don't want to admit that you're falling apart because you're keeping one of the happiest joys in your life, which is your child. But you don't want to admit that it's hard to keep your own child because they're such a blessing. But it is hard. It's challenging. It's rough because at some point all you're hearing is, hey honey, you're hearing cries and screams and whines and scratching and biting and smacking and punching, and that is your day. But you're grateful. You're grateful that you get to be with your child, but at the same time you're like going crazy. And you know what? Not you're like, I'm like going crazy some days because it is challenging when he's nonstop crying because he's teething, and I feel so bad for him, but at the same time it's like something gnawing at me because I feel like crap that I can't fix it, or that I feel bad that my son's cries at the point kind of driving me crazy that day. And there are days where I'm just like, wow, I'm really glad he's crying because that means that he's here. But then there are other days where I'm like, please stop crying. Like, it's too much. It's overwhelming. It's driving me crazy. It's that sound that is just never ending, and it's challenging because you don't know how you feel. You don't know if you're happy, sad, angry, or it's just a confusing feeling because you're so grateful. I'm so grateful. But I'm also tired. I'm exhausted. I'm drained. I'm in pain. My back still hurts. My hip is still out of place from birth, and I don't even recognize some of my body parts, like my vagina and the way that my stomach flabs over my pants. I don't recognize my breast, how they hang so low, and how my nipple is pointing to the floor. And postpartum is overwhelming. It's confusing. It's happiness. It's sadness. It's madness. It's every emotion in one, and no day is the same. They seem the same. You wake up same time, going towards baby's schedule, but it's the different cries, it's the different yells, it's the different whines, it's the different sadness, it's the different happiness. It's just every day seems the same, but it's madness. It's like the same routine, and it's just confusing. And I don't know if people are gonna understand this video. I don't even know if I'm gonna put it out, but All I know is today is one of those challenging days where I'm wondering how the heck am I gonna do this for another 7 hours today. It's Friday. Thank goodness, because I would hate for this to be Monday. But by Friday I am covered in pancake batter and weariness. Postpartum is vast. Postpartum is exhausting. Postpartum is millions of tears and sweat, and I am just tired, but I honestly love him. I love that I get to spend every day with him, but I almost hate myself for it being difficult. I almost hate myself for struggling some of those days, because I'm like, how your husband has, like, my husband has to go to work and he doesn't get to see all of Zane's development and all of the things that he does all day. And I feel for him, because it is an amazing experience helping to build a little person and helping him develop. But I guess at some point it just becomes tiring, some of those days, and sometimes the nap will make it and the day will just be easier, but some days the days just get harder, the week gets harder. I think the hardest part is trying to really figure out how you feel and if it's okay that you feel that way. All I know is that I'm trying my best. And some days I don't have to try at all because they're so simple. But other days, the biting, the scratching, punching, and it's just a lot. And I feel like the things around the house are never ending. I'm trying. Some days it's so relieving to do the dishes. I mean, I never thought that I would get to the point where doing the dishes is my peace or cooking is my peace, but it is. And I hate that I sometimes feel like I'm running away from my child. Like when Zoe gets home, I'm just like, can you take her? I'm gonna go cook. Help. And that's my help, cooking. I feel so ungrateful, but I know that I am grateful. It's just, sometimes it's a lot to not really have any moments to myself, but every moment is booked by someone else, whether it be the dog, cat, Zane, Zoe. What am I really doing for myself, you know? I feel like in a way that I'm taking care of them. I'm taking care of them for myself because it does bring me happiness. Postpartum is confusing. It's wondering if you're doing what's right, if you're being a great parent or a great spouse, great partner. It's wondering if you deserve anything because you feel like you are ungrateful. Postpartum is never ending. Postpartum is vast, and postpartum is a journey. And hopefully tomorrow it'll be a lot easier.